What's up YouTube? This is Jabber Tech and it's Watch Face Wednesday today. So make sure you subscribe and check out every Wednesday my new watch face reviews. And let's take a look at this one called Venom. This is also another one of my favorites. So let's get right into this thing. Alright guys, so this one is called Venom and it is a freemium model, meaning you can use it for free for the lifetime of your device, but it is limited and you will have limited options on what you can change. But to upgrade to the premium model, this one is only 99 cents, so that's not a bad deal at all, especially for such a great watch face. So let's get right into this thing. I love the design, and you can see here, top ring shows the hour, the second ring there shows the minutes, and then inside you can see it moving along with the seconds. So that's really cool. I really enjoy that design, and I think it's a very attractive looking futuristic watch face. I'm going to be showing you the premium version of this watch face. I did pay the $1 to upgrade to it. I thought it was well worth it after checking out the free version. And basically the free version, you don't have any options to change the color or anything like that. It is what you get. And I believe this is the default color scheme, so if you like this, go right ahead. So getting right into this watch face, you have many options here, and I'll get into all of these right now. You have your background color, which you can change. Let's change it now, and it gets sent to the watch right away. That's really cool. You have a secondary background color, which is sort of like the glow behind it, and that changes right there. So that also gives you like a different color scheme if you mix and match colors. For those of you that are colorologists, you can mix and find out whatever color you want to get that's not on the palette here, but there are tons of options here if you want to change it. So that's awesome for the secondary color, and then obviously you can change the text color and you can change this to whatever you want. Again, there's a lot of options here and you can try and figure out what best suits you. So let's take it back to something basic that is nice on camera. Alright, so now that we got the colors back to something decent, you also have different widgets that you can play with here on the top of your watch face there. So I have it set for my mobile battery, which means what my percentage of battery is on my phone, which I think is a great feature to have. It's always good to know if you need to plug in your phone or not, so that you don't miss any important calls or texts. But you can change that to a bunch of things here. You can put a step counter if you wanted to. You could change it to the weather if you wanted to. You could change it to your heartbeat if you want to change it to your heartbeat. You can put a missed call indicator there. You can have unread Gmail account reader there. You can put SMS, like unread SMS feature. There are a lot of options there. You can even put weather, but I have weather on the right side. But if you want dual weather, go for it. So I'm just going to put it back at mobile. And then if you want, you can add the center widget, so you could have 3 widgets on the top of your watch face there. The step counter maybe if you want to check everything at a glance. And then on the right, you can also have the same options to change it. You can put your heartbeat or your unread Gmail. On any of these widgets, you can add a complication, which is new to Android Wear 2.0. So if you put a complication there, what you can do, you can add something that's built in to the watch itself. So if you wanted to add a shortcut to Android Pay, it'll be right there. So every time you want to use your watch to pay, just tap on that complication and Android Pay will pop up. So that's really cool. I'm going to change it back to weather. I really like being able to see the weather at a glance. That's really awesome. And then you also have shortcuts on most of these watch faces here. So it's basically you tap the designated portion in the screen and that'll open something as well. So if I'll show you, if we do Google Maps, then that's on the top left, and you can see there it says Maps, which is really cool. So you tap on the map feature there and it opens up Google Maps right away. So let's close that out. So that's really cool. If you wanted to add another shortcut, maybe you want to open up, let's see what we can do. Maybe you want to open up Find My Phone, a complication. Maybe you keep losing your phone. That's up on the right side there, so you can just tap that portion of the screen and then it'll bring that application onto your phone. My phone should start ringing right now. There it is. So that's really cool. Like I said, this watch face is definitely worth a buck. Really well thought out design. So let me just get rid of these shortcuts here. And then you also have your refresh rate of your weather and your heartbeat. Now keep in mind, if you keep these set to 15 minutes for weather, and if you want to read your heartbeat every 15 seconds, this will drain your battery on your watch dramatically. So you want to set it up accordingly, just find the right amount for you. So for me, I don't mind checking the weather every hour. It's really not a big a deal if you lose a degree or two. And for the heart rate, I'm going to set that to every 30 minutes. That's fine for me as well. So that's really cool. And then speaking of weather, you have two options as well. You can have a manual weather location. So if you don't want the watch to automatically check the weather around you, say you want to know what the degrees is in your hometown, you can just set that and you can define where you want to check the weather on, and that'll give you the location weather instead of where you are exactly. Your weather provider is usually always the Open Weather or Yahoo, and then you can change from Celsius to Fahrenheit there. That's also really cool. So let's update it right now. 84 degrees in New York. Awesome. This watch face is packed with so many features. I can't tell you how much I really enjoy this watch face, and the developer did a really great job. So I hope a lot of you do go out and purchase it. It's definitely worth the money. And then let's say you want a secondary time zone. Maybe you do a lot of work with, let me see here. Maybe you do a lot of work with Honolulu. So you want to know what the time is in Honolulu at all times. You can set it to have the secondary time displayed at the bottom of your watch face there. So that's really great, and there's basically every city you want here. And then the screen on duration, you can change this from 30 seconds all the way down to 6 seconds. So also keep in mind, the longer you have the screen on for, your battery will drain. I usually like to keep it on for 10 seconds, but for this video, I'm going to change it to 30. And then you also have a European date format for those of you that prefer to show the day before the month. You can change that there. And if you don't like 24-hour time zone, you can switch to 10 to the regular 12-hour mode if you want to. But now let's get into the ambient mode, because that's also a cool feature of this watch. So ambient mode setup on this watch can be very basic, just showing you the time and date as so. And then you can also change it to provide a little more information. So let's say you want to provide just a black and white mode. So that'll show you also your steps and your battery and your temperature. Whatever you set up from the beginning of this video, it'll show you those three icons on the top there. And they are active, so they will change accordingly. Or you can have a full mode also, which this will actually show you your entire watch face in ambient mode. But this does take a lot of power because you are displaying a lot of colors and using the entire screen. So I really wouldn't recommend that. And then if you put it back to the eco mode where you just show your date and time, you can change the color of that just a little bit. So if you want it to be a little darker or a little lighter, you can change that as well. And then you also have this feature called Ambient Mode Decoration. So if you don't want this full ambient always on display, which I don't recommend again, you can change it and it'll show you just the outline. Let me make that a little lighter for you. It'll show you just the outline of your watch face. So that's really cool. That makes a little unique twist to this watch face. So that's really nice too. Say you're out and you want it to look a little fancier than just your basic time and date. You can do that as well. So overall guys, I really recommend this watch face. It's one of my favorite ones, and there's so many customizable options in here that you could spend hours upon hours setting your favorite presets. So if you find the right color mode, just save it and then you can just go back to it right away. So again, for $1 or even more, you can donate a little more than $1 if you wanted to. Definitely worth it. And make sure you check out my other Watch Face Wednesday review and check in next week for my next one. All right, guys, take care. I hope you enjoyed this. Thumbs up if you did, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace.